So I reached out to you on Instagram. So I reached out to you on Instagram to see what questions you had about the GKS scholarship, and so I put those questions together, and our two students have been so generous to spend their time in answering them for you. Yes?
Yes.
Hi everyone, welcome to Tari TV, where I bring the classroom to you. I'm Hannah John, and today I have two very special guests with me today, the lovely Gulshoda and Daniela, both of whom are GKS scholars over at Ihwa GSIS. We are here to answer your questions, so stay tuned.
Hi everyone, my name is Gulshoda. I'm from Uzbekistan and I came to Korea as part of GKS program as well. I came here through university track.
And your major?
And my major is international business.
Yay!
Hello everyone, I am Daniela, I am from Colombia, and I came to Korea with a scholarship through embassy track, and I am studying international business at Ihwa Women's University.
So before we get started, how many times did you apply for the GKS program?
In my case, I was lucky. I applied from the first time. Honestly, I reached out for the former GKS student who was also from Uzbekistan. And he was really, really kind to help me out in the application process. And I was able to kind of have a consulting with this person regarding the structure of the statement of purpose, the documents, because document preparation is really a meticulous process, and he was really, really helpful. And if you're able to reach out for your SOM-based seniors, please do that. It's always a matter of networking, and don't be shy.
I applied twice. I failed the first time. I didn't know why. It was really difficult for me to understand why I failed, even though I prepared for a long time. And yeah, I really worked hard for it. But I found a way to get better. I got better after the first time I applied. I really didn't know how to improve my application, but I found the way. So that means like if you already apply, or maybe if you cannot make it the first time, that doesn't mean you will not make it. And there are always other ways to improve. That's what I learned from my application process. Like, don't give up.
So the first set of questions has to do with academic qualifications to be picked for the GKS scholarship. Now, I do want to mention at the outset that it really depends on not only the country of origin, but also whether you're part of the embassy track or the university track. And so we're going to try to keep those in mind as we answer your questions. Also, both Gulshoda and Daniela are part of the graduate program, which means that they already completed their undergraduate university program before they came to Korea. So keep those in mind, and we'll start with your questions now. So the first question, of course, is what type of GPA should you have before applying to either the embassy track or the university track?
First of all, to apply for the scholarship, they require only 3.2 out of a 5 scale. That's the minimum requirement for the scholarship. So if you are above that, you can apply. What I can say about GPA is like, do not worry too much, because not everyone's like GPA is the same. Not everyone had really high GPA, and that's how they came here with the scholarship. It depends a lot on your major, what else you have done. So if your GPA is not that high, I would recommend like don't give up. But on the other side, try to make your application stronger with other like extracurricular activities. I don't think the GPA is that important. Like, I think just everything together is what matters. So don't focus too much on the GPA.
For me, my GPA was 97%. But I was under the British system of education. If you get the 70%, you will graduate with honors. But if you convert it into the Korean grading system, I got 97%.
When I converted to the 100 points, I think it was 94. But again, Gulshoda and me have same background, kind of administrative, but we both had different tracks.
Yes.
But I know many people who apply like with me and got the scholarship, they had even lower or higher GPA. So as long as you fulfill the minimum requirement, you are good.
Well, I actually really agree with Daniela. Although I had like a high GPA, it's not always the case that you will get a spot or chance to move further in the application process. And it's the fact that your cumulative profile that is the most important, and you have to focus on volunteering activities, on the professional background. If you did some internships in like reputable organizations, have you taken part in some interesting projects, international projects, local projects? This accumulative set of activities, this all makes a weight like in your application process. As Daniela said, GPA is important, but it's not the number one priority.
I mean, like, having high GPA doesn't give you the
Yeah.
scholarship. Having low GPA doesn't mean you cannot
Yes.
get the scholarship.
Yes.
Don't worry. Another question that we get is university rank important? So if you're applying for the graduate program for GKS, some people are wondering whether or not your current university's ranking is an important factor when they're considering who they'll select as scholars. And so I wonder if you could share your own personal experience, or maybe any differences you might notice between, say, the university track and the embassy track.
I applied personally through university track, but I heard if you apply through embassy track, the ranking of your university can play a huge role in the selection process, in the screening process. However, what I noticed is if you apply through the university track and you send the documents directly to the university, the ranking of your university and the prestige does not really matter. It's only you as a candidate, your profile is the most important part.
I think it depends a lot on the country. I think for Colombia, more than what university you graduated from, is more like the whole package of everything together. Like the personal statement is like really important. I would say this is the most important document. So it depends on how you sell yourself. Even if you didn't graduate from a really like prestigious university, but you did a lot of stuff and you show that you are able to live abroad and to finish, if you show this in your personal statement and your study plan and all of this, and show that you have done other activities that can show that you are really into this program and really into this major, I don't think the university will have that big impact on your application.
How important is it to have Korean proficiency before you actually apply to the GKS program? The point of the GKS program is, of course, that you would become more proficient as you're part of the program, but because perhaps it might be getting more competitive, they might be also looking at whether you have some proficiency or interest in Korean language even during the application process. So I'm wondering, based on your experience, if you had a TOEIC level before you came to Korea, and if you did, what was your score?
Well, in my case, I had 0 Korean. To be honest, in Uzbekistan, and I think in most of the Central Asian countries, if you're going to apply through embassy track, you have to have at least level 3 of the Korean language proficiency, because so many people know Korean so well at this point, and you will not have any opportunity to kind of beat the competition that is there. That's why my only choice was university track, although it's really risky and I have only one university choice. Although I did not really have the Korean language proficiency test, I had very strong English background because I actually studied in the school that had English language orientation, and then I studied at the British University, which served as a strong point. And because IHA is the graduate school uses English as a language of instruction.
Our graduate school.
Our graduate school.
Not all of them.
Yes, I said IHA.
No, not all of them in IHA.
All right, okay. Okay. It really depends on your track when it comes to my country. And what about Daniela?
I didn't have Korean test. I had English test. So I think for Colombia, embassy track, more than TOEIC, having an official English test will be more important. So it's kind of like the competition is so high in our country right now that if you don't have English certificate, I think it will be too difficult to pass embassy track. So I will say if you are going through embassy track, first of all, go for the English certificate. And after that, if you have the English certificate and you have time to apply, to prepare and everything, then try to get TOEIC test, because of course it will give you extra points. It's not mandatory. It doesn't mean that if you don't have tests that they won't give you the scholarship, But if you have this certificate, it will help a lot for sure.
Do you see any difference in statement of purpose for the embassy track versus the university track? And how best can you approach that depending on which track you're applying to?